Favorite cheesesteak spot? We've got Pat's, we've got Geno's.
What?
Or somewhere else?
Yeah, first off, everybody knows somewhere else. John's Roast Pork. Look at me. John's Roast Pork makes the best cheesesteak in the world. How good is the cheesesteak? How good is the cheesesteak? How good is the cheesesteak? It's so good, they don't even advertise it. They say John's Roast Pork. There's everything you can get at John's Roast Pork. You can get roast pork, roast beef, meatball, cheesesteaks, chicken cheesesteaks, fish cake. I never had a fish cake sandwich. And they also do breakfast. I hear the breakfast sandwiches are banging here. But here's the thing. Usually, when I come to John's Roast Pork, I announce I'm coming. And the owner of the company makes the cheesesteak for me himself. John Bucci, I think his name is. He'll come here. Oh, Captain, you're coming? Let me make you the cheesesteak. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do right now. I'm going to try the John's Roast Pork cheesesteak. Made by just the cheesesteak you would get. The cheesesteak is like $14.50. It is, every time I get a cheesesteak from the owner, it's always packed with meat. And I kind of thought he gave me the Philly Captain special. I didn't get no special. It was just a regular cheesesteak. They chop up the meat. Now, John, the guy who created the cheesesteak, he's the third generation to run this business. It was his pop, his dad, now him. And he made the cheesesteak really special. He worked on this cheesesteak for years trying to perfect the meat with the cheese and the bread. He stopped using Cheese Whiz on his cheesesteaks because he said they changed the formula. They changed the formula, the Cheese Whiz, and it didn't complement the steak well enough. Look how big this is. I'm going to a Flyers game tonight. I'm not going to have to eat anything. A little bit of salt and pepper. I love a little pepper on the cheesesteak. It does wonders. The bread's so good. Look how good this. Look how thick this bread is. It's like a meal upon itself. Some places you go. I had a roast pork sandwich at a spot a few weeks ago, and the sandwich was a little messy, and the bottom of the belly of the sandwich gets all messy. Not a John's Roast Pork sandwich. There's other places in South Philly where I can go get a cheesesteak, but I don't. Like, why would you go anywhere else? I went to a place down the street last month, and it was a fine cheesesteak. It was a good cheesesteak, but why would I go look at children's finger paintings when the Mona Lisa is right here? Yeah? So good. So good. The bread's so good. The bread's so good. And this place won a James Beard Award. And I didn't even know. Look, I don't know what a James Beard Award is. But my cousin who lives in New York told me it was a really big deal. So, it really is. It's such a good sandwich. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 10. I'm going to give this a 10. Because this is the perfect example of what a Philadelphia cheesesteak is. You can go to other places, and they're nowhere near as good as this. Don't go to Geno's. Don't go to Pat's. I think Geno's and Pat's, the tourist traps, their cheesesteaks are $14, and they don't have 1/3 the meat this sandwich has. All right. I was doing a surprise review.
Dude, I gotta tell you.
Yeah. I was eating the cheesesteak, and the owner of the shop walked by, and he told me that a lot of my viewers come by and say hi, and they say that they wanted to try out the cheesesteak. So I really appreciate you guys taking my recommendation seriously. And